What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be walking you guys through my entire journey leading up into me landing my first job in cybersecurity. This is a way for me to kind of share my story with you guys and provide you guys with any sort of advice or insights on how I did it. And also, I'll be showing you guys exactly how I ended up in GRC and how I knew that I wanted to go into governance, risk, and compliance. I know a lot of you guys are in the beginning stages of your career or looking to land your first job in cybersecurity. So I thought, why not share my story with you guys? Because I think it'd be really helpful for you guys to know exactly how I did it. So maybe you guys can get some takeaways from it and learn a little bit from my own journey. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Ben and I make videos like this one every single week. So make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, if you want some more lifestyle content and cybersecurity content, be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at cyberwithben. With that being said though, guys, this is going to be more of a laid back and sort of a sit down and talk video. So let's go ahead and start off at the beginning of my career, and that is going to be around the high school time period. So back in high school, my first ever job, my first part-time job in high school when I turned 15 or 16, my first job was working at Chipotle. So when you first step into a Chipotle and you greet the employee working there, that was pretty much me. I was the first guy taking your order, scooping the rice and beans for you, your meat. That was my job. And I worked there for 6 months. I remember the day I quit. There was one point where, and I was marinating the chicken that day. And when you marinate the chicken, you take the chicken directly out of the refrigerator and you just start marinating it, adding the sauce and all that stuff to it and start mixing it up. And I remember when I was done with marinating the chicken, my hands were completely numb because they were just so cold. I couldn't deal with working there anymore and doing those kind of tasks. Manager wasn't really good at all. So I knew at that point that it was time for me to go. I worked there for 6 months and I went ahead and quit the job right then and there. And then at that point, from that moment on, I knew that I had to find a different way to make money and not just make money by kind of just selling my time. I wanted to find a way to make money that didn't have to be tied to an hourly rate. So at that point in high school, I knew that if I were to work really any job in high school, I'll be making sort of like $10 an hour or so. I was making $10 an hour at Chipotle. So I knew that I wanted to make more money. And I knew that at this point in my career, I wouldn't be doing that by working an hourly wage job as a high schooler. So from there, my next step was to find out what kind of business could I start to really start making more money. And the reason why I wanted to make more money, my main motivation was to be able to save enough money to pay myself through college tuition. So pay my entire college tuition before I started college. That was my main goal as a high schooler. During that time, during the 2016, 2017, 2018 timeframe, there was a big entrepreneur named Gary Vaynerchuk, who's still huge now, but he's really big on social media and he really talked about the reselling business. And that was something that was really feasible for a high schooler. It's really easy to do, where you pretty much buy something locally around you and you resell it for more money online. And that's pretty much an idea that really stuck to me. And I did that entire business through my sophomore, junior year of high school, throughout my entire high school career, all the way up until around my beginning stages, my freshman and sophomore year of college. So I did that for a good chunk of years doing that business, and it did really well. I would go to local garage sales, yard sales. I would use Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, LetGo, Craigslist. I would use all these platforms to find different items that people are selling and find a way to buy them cheap and then resell them for more money on eBay and Amazon. And I would continue to do that and to just keep on building a snowball bigger and bigger, and eventually save enough money to pay off my college tuition. And that was really my love for business. That was really when I started loving business and finding different ways to make money online. So that was really my main focus in high school. Obviously, getting good grades was a main focus, but also making money was really one of my main passions and hobbies at the time. So moving on to high school, at this point when I'm a freshman, or a senior in college, senior in high school, I'm really considering my options. So I knew that I wanted to graduate college with no debt, which is why I was really pressed on making money as a high schooler to pay off my tuition and graduate with no debt. But at this point in my career, I need to make a really important decision right now because college tuition isn't a joke. College tuition is extremely expensive. It's the most expensive it's ever been right now. So making these decisions is really important. So if you're at this point of your life, make sure you really take the time to take some advice from people, whether it be your older siblings, your friends, or your mentors, or even your parents when making these decisions. So I knew that when it came time to choose a college, I wanted to go the cheapest route, but also get a quality education. And for me, that option was going to community college first and then transferring after the 2 years to my local state college for the rest of my college career. So I went to a community college called Northern Virginia Community College. It's the one that's local to me. And I spent 2 years over there. And during my time in college, I wanted to get a part-time job. So I want you guys to kind of follow me throughout my entire journey. So every single opportunity that I decide, every single decision that I made was for a specific reason. So starting a business in high school was to build money to pay off tuition. Going to a community college was to limit the amount of money that I spend on college tuition to once again help me graduate with no debt. Staying in school or staying in state for college was another decision that I made to avoid even more college tuition and debt. So every single decision that I made, whether it be starting a business, working a certain part-time job, making a certain decision, was because I wanted to eventually achieve an end goal. And as you are going through your own journey, I want you guys to keep that in mind. Every single decision that you make should be for a specific reason, and make sure you keep the long-term game in mind. Don't just make decisions that you just want to do in the moment and you don't consider how it might impact you later down the line. Make sure you're making the right decision for yourself in the moment, as well as yourself in the future in your financial situation. So I went ahead and went to community college, and I knew throughout my entire time in college, I wanted to have a part-time job. That was one of my main priorities. And I also knew that having that business on the side would be a great piece to have to add to my resume to get a pretty good part-time job while I'm in college. So this is a little bit different. I'm in high school, you're making minimum wage. College, you sort of have more skills, you have more knowledge, you're able to make some more money on an hourly wage basis than me in high school. So I knew that part-time jobs would be a really good resume builder. It would be a great way for me to sort of build towards internships as well. So this decision for me to get a part-time job in college was also to build my resume and also to build some professional experience and get an internship. Every decision that I make is sort of building on top of each other, building my resume, building my experience, building my marketability to eventually land an internship. So I ended up applying for a job over at Apple, an Apple retail store, for a specialist, which is pretty much a sales position. I ended up getting that job as a seasonal specialist. So it's only for 6 months, and you have to do really well and compete with other people to be brought on as a permanent specialist. And for me, I wasn't a huge person in the sales. I barely knew what I was doing. So I didn't end up getting a return offer to become a permanent specialist over at Apple. But one thing that I was really good at was making personal connections. And I made a connection with one of the managers at Apple. And once it was time for me to actually leave, and once the contract was over, she ended up telling me that there was an open role for an operations position over at a different store. And my major that I was planning on doing after my years in community college was management information systems and operations management. So it's sort of like a mix of business and IT, and I'll go a little bit further into that later on. But that was my major, and seeing that an operations specialist role was open at another sort of store was really something that was going to connect with my major as well. So I went ahead and took that opportunity. I worked as an operations specialist, which is pretty much managing inventory, taking in shipments, managing online orders. I pretty much did that position for, I want to say, like 2 years, which was really good for my resume as well. But then once it was about the 2-year mark, I was getting bored of that position. I was getting bored of the daily work, and I think I sort of plateaued. So I wanted to transition into a different role at Apple, and that was going to be the technical side. So pretty much being a technical specialist. So this means taking appointments, being customer facing, troubleshooting, fixing phones, probing, asking questions, and trying to find a solution that the customer is okay with. So it involves a lot of soft skills and also a little bit of technical skills as well. So that was another piece that was really instrumental in me building my soft skills and also building my resume to eventually land an internship in cybersecurity. So like I said before, these are all decisions that I'm making to benefit myself in the future. So I worked as a technical specialist. I ended up getting promoted after 9 months or so to a technical expert, where I'm actually fixing phones. And as a technical expert or a technical specialist, a lot of times you're taking appointments where customers are coming to you for expertise. for a solution, and a lot of times it doesn't end up in a solution that the customer would want. So you have to find a way to deal with the situations, to really be quick on your toes, to be a problem solver, to be a critical thinker, and also be good with your words to really come to a conclusion with your customer that they feel satisfied with, and also what you're able to do. And I think that really benefited my soft skills. So if you're someone who is still in college or high school, highly recommend looking into a customer service facing role, especially maybe a technical role if you're able to, just to build up your cybersecurity resume and your technology resume. Let me go on Do Not Disturb real quick. So if you're able to, make sure you get some part-time job experience, some professional work experience. That way, when you're a junior and senior in college, or even a sophomore in college, you have the professional experience, you have skills to talk about, you have stories to tell when it's time to apply and start interviewing for cybersecurity internships. So moving on to internships, I've been working a part-time job for 2 to 3 years now at Apple, and I'm currently still in college as well. But now it was time for me during my junior and senior years of college to start applying for cybersecurity internships. I remember when I started applying, I would just go on Google and search up cybersecurity internship. And the reason why I knew I wanted to go into cybersecurity was, first of all, I was interested in business from my high school days and really running a business. And I was also interested in technology, just through using different Apple products, using different technology in general, and working at Apple. That was really what interested me in technology. And I knew that was really good for my career. It was really good for the future because technology is continuously evolving and getting more and more complex and more a part of our lives. So I knew mixing those two would be a no-brainer. It would be a really good career to have. And from there, I did some more thinking and knew that cybersecurity would be the perfect fit. You can't have business without cybersecurity. You can't have technology without cybersecurity. And it's a mix of both, and was a perfect fit for me. So I knew from there I wanted to search up some cybersecurity internships. I did some research on cybersecurity as a career, and it was really good. You know, the job was paying well. The career outlook was really good as well. So I knew I wanted to get an internship in cybersecurity. So I started applying to multiple companies, probably a handful, and I got really lucky with a cybersecurity internship. They reached out back to me. I did an interview with them. It was with Deloitte, a Big Four consulting firm. It was for the cybersecurity internship program. I did multiple interviews. I want to say like 2 or 3. Ended up getting the offer, and then I ended up going to Deloitte and working as an intern with the patch management team for the first year during my junior summer year. And then during that following year in my senior year, I ended up getting a return offer for another internship working with GRC, their GRC team. And that was really where I got a lot of experience in GRC, understanding what kind of conversations they're having with different customers, internal customers in that case, understanding what kind of frameworks they're working with, what kind of technology and tools they're using. So it was really interesting. I really enjoyed GRC. I enjoyed that it was really collaborative. I enjoyed that it was really soft skills based, but also technical knowledge based. I liked how there was really a mix of both as well. It was a mix of business and also cybersecurity. So that was something that really hooked me. And from there, I knew that I wanted to get into governance, risk, and compliance. So after my senior year in college, and once I graduated, I actually had a return offer to go full-time at Deloitte as a cybersecurity associate. But the only thing is, when I graduated, I knew that it would be a waste if I didn't start applying for other jobs at different companies as well, just to kind of weigh my options and get as many options as possible. So once I graduated, I started to apply for a lot of different companies, and one that came back to me was the one that I'm at right now. It was for a cybersecurity rotational program. If you're someone who is looking to apply for different cybersecurity positions and you're just in the beginning of your career, I'd highly recommend looking into rotational programs in cybersecurity, because for me, this program was really good because you spend 1 year with one team in cybersecurity, and the next year you rotate onto a different team. So you get a bunch of experience working on different types of teams. So you get exposed to different skill sets and different tools, different teams, different people. And it's a really, really good experience, especially at the beginning of your career. So I accepted this full-time offer at this other company where I'm working at right now. And I worked my first year in offensive security and rotated as my second year into governance, risk, and compliance. So my first rotation was really technical. You had to have a lot of different technical skills. And the second rotation was more sort of my speed where it's a mix of business and technology, aka cybersecurity. And I'll probably make a completely different video talking about my experience working on the offensive security side of things, the more technical side of things. But as of right now, today, I'm working in the governance, risk, and compliance team, and I really enjoy it. You get exposed, you collaborate with so many different teams, you get exposed to so many different tools, you get a better understanding of the overall organization's cybersecurity posture and what they're looking out for. You're dealing with so many different frameworks, whether it's government regulated frameworks or sort of industry frameworks or even your company frameworks. It's really good to get that overall exposure to cybersecurity as a whole through governance, risk, and compliance. So that is pretty much how I got into cybersecurity. That is my story, my journey leading up into getting my first full-time job in cybersecurity. And that's also how I discovered how I wanted to go into governance, risk, and compliance. If you guys found this video helpful and my story helpful, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like the video as well. But if you could take one thing away from my journey, is to be intentional with every single opportunity that you have throughout your entire journey leading up into your first full-time job. So this means getting some part-time job experience, building out your resume, getting some more internship experience. That should be one of your biggest priorities, is to get some professional experience through a part-time job, through an internship, also through your coursework, getting certifications, maybe doing different projects if you're unable to get an internship. Do everything that you can to make yourself more marketable when it's time to start applying for full-time jobs. And that's exactly what I did throughout my entire high school and college journey. And I hope you guys found this video really helpful. By no means am I going to say right now that the journey was really easy. It wasn't easy at all. It took a lot of hard work. It took a lot of hours working part-time jobs. It took a lot of applying to jobs. So if you guys are going through that, I promise you guys, continue to make yourself more marketable, continue developing yourself, and you'll end up landing your first cybersecurity job just like I did soon enough. With that being said though, guys, let me know what you guys think about these more unscripted videos and more sit-down videos. Let me know what you think about them in the comments section below. With that being said though, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.